Okay, today we cover on employee benefit. Okay, before I proceed to the tutorial, I would like to give you a brief, okay, on employee benefit. So what today I will cover is on the impact on your plan asset and impact on plan obligation, or we can say it as a liabilities. So class, I want to know what will impact plan asset and liabilities. As you can know, first I cover for plan asset. Okay, so what will be impact for plan asset is, what I mean impact can be increase or decrease. So this is a factor that you have to see first. Is what? Interest income. When you go for interest income, this will increase your plan asset actually. Okay, that means credit fair value plan asset. So same goes for if any contribution you make to the plan asset also will increase your plan asset. Class, remember, the main factor here is you must know when is the contribution you make. If the contribution will make at the early of the year, so will affect the interest income as well. Okay, so if the contribution made at the end of the year, no issue there. So if early of the year, it also can impact to the interest. So next, what the changes also can make to your plan asset class. Alright, so first, interest income can increase your plan asset. Contribution also can increase your asset because you contribute more to the plan. And not only that, class, you also, if you have paid the benefit paid to your employees, when you pay to your employees, you take the fund from this plan asset, this will reduce your plan asset, credit plan asset. So what is another tool that can affect the plan asset as well is settlement and curtailment. So all this will affect the changes in your plan asset as well, class. Alright, so okay, interest income, contribution, benefit paid, settlement, curtailment, all this will affect to your plan asset. If settlement, you have to pay to your employee, so you will reduce your plan asset as well. Okay, that is on plan asset. Class, how about present value liabilities, or you can say plan obligation? Class, under this plan obligation, what will make this increase or decrease? So this is the following factor that can affect your plan obligation. Current service cost. When any present benefit earned at the current period of time, or any cost that any service has been rendered that can increase your obligation, this can increase your present value obligations at the particular year. Class, remember, this needs to be also been expense off. How about next one, past service cost. Past service cost is about amendment. Either you withdraw from the plan. If you withdraw from the plan, you will reduce your plan obligation. Improve plan, This can increase your plan obligation, because when you improve plan, you give more benefit to your employees. Remember, class, past service costs also need to be expensed off. Class, remember, you need to know when is a past service cost being amended, because will affect your interest. So the next impact will be interest cost. Class, interest cost can increase your plan obligation. So this is an introduction on this. Current service cost, past service cost, interest cost. You also have two as well. Settlement. When you settle event, your present value, your present obligation, your plan obligation will reduce. Same goes for your curtailment. Okay, I have explained to you, right, what is curtailment. Okay, now, so all this class, all this factor, okay, will affect liabilities. Same goes for this as well. All this factor will affect the movement of the planned asset. Okay, this is one that you need to know. The movement that can change your planned obligation and your planned asset. And all this movement will be expense off in P&L, expense off in P&L. Your interest cost also will be expense off in P&L. For asset, your interest income also will be netted off under benefit expense in P&L. Alright, you will offset, net off to the benefit expense. Okay, class. Another concept that you need to know, because of this actually will come to value your defined benefit plan. This actuary, alright, okay, this actuary will come to value your defined benefit plan. So they will have different. The difference, class, will arise what? Remeasurement. Due to a difference, what been valued by the actuary, due to a different actuary's assumptions, okay, we will rising of remeasurement. Due to the remeasurement, class, you will see is there any gain or loss on remeasurement. Class, gain and loss on remeasurement will enter to OCI, item not reclassified to P&L. Okay, so this is the concept of remeasurement. When actuarial come to value the defined benefit plan, you will see that any difference, the difference we call as a remeasurement. So the gain and loss on remeasurement will enter to other comprehensive income. So that is the third principle that you need to know. So I repeat, class, you will know your planned asset, you must know about planned liabilities, and lastly you must know about the remeasurement. Okay, class. Remember just now I've mentioned to you about curtailment. Is there any about settlement as well? Same goes for liabilities. You will see this word, settlement, curtailment. So now I'm focusing to the next slot. This curtailment, if you see any layoff, that means it's not in the normal of retirement. Curtailment, settlement. Okay. Curtailment. And settlement. Okay, class. You must check either. It's the same concept. Okay. With any curtailment and settlement, that means you have to pay to your employee due to transfer, closing of division, restructuring, layoff. Okay, when you pay to your employee, your present liabilities, obligation will reduce. However, you must compare to with the benefit paid. Either through your planned asset will reduce as well, or maybe you pay extra cash as well to them. So I give an example to you. Okay? Okay, class. As you can see here now, if this present value liabilities, if the present value obligation is more higher than the reduction of present value obligation is more higher than the reduction in your planned asset plus cash, this is called as what, class? This is called as a gain. Because of what? You only pay lesser to your employee compared to your reduction in liabilities. Reduction in liabilities is more lower. That means decrease bigger compared to the decreasing in planned asset and cash paid to your employee. Okay, so how about loss? Is the same concept here, class. Example, planned obligation reduce, but not really, that means more reduction in liabilities compared to your reduce in your planned asset and cash, extra cash paid to your employees. So class, at the end, this settlement called as what? Loss. Why loss, class? Because you have to pay to your employee extra, but the reduction in obligation is lesser. So you see, reduction in planned asset plus cash extra that you paid to your employee is bigger than the reduction in your planned obligation. You must recognize it as a loss. However, comes to this one, if the present value obligation is lower, decrease, more bigger compared to the reduction in your planned asset plus cash paid, so that can consider as gain. Class, remember, this gain or losses will enter to P&L. You will net it off to the defined benefit plan expenses. So this is a basic understanding on employee benefit. So this is a, I can say, I repeat, class. So at the end, we are talking about employee benefit, defined benefit plan. So impact to the plan asset, impact to the plan obligation. Do you know what is defined benefit plan, class? Correct. Entity contribute fixed contribution, entity contribution to separate entity. Correct. You must have a further obligation if the plan asset insufficient to pay employees. I repeat, class, the definition to recall you. Entity contribute to a separate entity. Okay, entity have a further obligation. Separate entity means separate fund. Okay, you have a further obligation if the planned asset insufficient to pay the employees. That means at the end you still have to pay to your employees. Alright, that considered a defined benefit plan. So once you know the impact, you must know the impact. Okay, so automatically, as I mentioned just now, you will know your planned asset, who will impact it, interest income will increase, contribution you must know when, because at early of the year you will impact your interest as well. Same goes to your benefit paid, right? When you paid the benefit. So we reduce your planned asset. And other two factors. Lastly, liabilities, as mentioned just now, and if any difference made by the assurer, you have a remeasurement, enter to OCI. This is the only item that will enter to the OCI, but others item will enter to P&L. If any curtailment, settlement, so you must compare the movement of the fair present value liabilities with the planned asset and cash. Compare it, then you can know either is a gain or loss. Thank you.